Does your aim feel off no matter what you do? Meanwhile, it feels like your enemies just cannot miss a shot? Well, that's because they're cheating. But if you're like me and refuse to spend any more money on this game, then buckle up, because today we're uncovering 3 major factors that are impacting your aim and how to instantly improve your accuracy. Let's get into it. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. All right. So if this feels like I'm reading it off a script a little bit, I apologize, because I am. This is the first time I'm doing a live video and recording my YouTube video. So it's going to be a 2-part. It's kind of like a 2-part process. We're going to jump into it. So if your aim feels inconsistent, sometimes it's too fast, sometimes it's too slow, well, your settings are selling you. So that's where we're going to start. We're going to give you 3. Let me see. Nah, I don't like that. Let's see. Here we go. All right. So this is what we're going to do. First thing we got to do is fix your aim in Warzone with these pro secrets. These are the first point we're going to do is your settings. Your settings might be holding you back. All right. So if your aim feels inconsistent, sometimes it's too fast, sometimes it's too slow, then your settings are selling you out. So what you can't do is you can't just copy the pro settings and expect pro results. Your sensitivity, your dead zone, your response curve, your FOV, all of those things have to match your playstyle. But I'm going to give you some best all around settings that are definitely going to help you out. But otherwise, you're going to be fighting with the game instead of flowing with the game. And I don't want you fighting with the game. So let's start off by hitting you up with some of the settings that are definitely gonna improve your accuracy. All right, starting off in my settings. We're in our controller settings. First up, I'm gonna go to aiming first, because just a few things you kind of gotta check off the list to make sure you have it taken care of and you have these items selected. Targeted aim assist and ADS aim assist. Targeted aim assist, ADS aim assist. I know it's kind of obvious, but it goes without saying, you gotta have these on. Let me show you something else. Advanced aiming advanced setting. I had a boogie. I'm sorry. It's still there too. It's bothering me. Of course I get a boogie when I'm trying to record. For your aim response curve type, go ahead and switch that to dynamic. It makes the aiming response fluid. It makes it flow a little bit better. You can try some of these other ones, but I think it's pretty safe to say that it's been proven that dynamic is the way to go. All right. Put this mic a little bit closer to me. I apologize. All right, so we got those out of the way. Now let's go back to the controller settings. Starting with your look sensitivity, your stick sensitivity. Now, Call of Duty has gone in and changed all these, so what used to work back in the day is probably not going to work for you today. And if you haven't changed these settings in a long time, they've probably been reset to a different number or to a default number that you just got to go back and change. So what I would recommend is going anywhere from between 1.4 to 1.8. And that's kind of on both of them. You're going to have to play around with them, but 1.4 to 1.8 is a really good sweet spot. After that, you can go up by, 0.5, 0.05. But mine is set at 1.6. I think that's a sweet spot for you. Another thing you want to go and take a look at. I'm going to take you over to aiming again. We're going to go to the advanced aiming settings. All right. Nope, that's not what I want to do next. What do I want to do next? Ooh, let's see. Aiming, is it an aiming event? Sensitivity. Where's my controller sensitivity? Sensitivity. Aiming input. Okay, maybe it is over there. Let's go back to aiming advanced. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I know what I'm looking for now. All right, sensitivity multiplier. All right, now at the very top. Sensitivity multiplier, very top. Now, Typically, this is going to be unlocked. The reason why mine is locked is because I've gone through and set specific numbers for each zoom level. The only reason why I was doing that is because it was bothering me that the specific zoom I like to use, and I pretty much only stick to like two different types of scopes. Everything else in between is pretty standard. But the two scopes that I was using weren't moving fast enough. So for me, I've gone through and set each individual scope type or magnification level to a specific sensitivity. You probably won't have to do this if you're a casual player. So I would recommend setting this to 0.8 or 0.85. That's basically 8/10 of the speed it would take when you're zooming in. It slows down just a little bit while you're zoomed in, while you're ADSing. Okay, that's gonna help you out. Now, after you start playing with that and you realize, nah, I want to do mine individually for a custom sensitivity per zoom, then you can go to the aiming advanced settings, custom sensitivity per zoom, and then for each type of zoom level you can go in and set however you want it to be. So for me, I have all mine set at 1.0 because I don't want anything to change except for if I'm looking down a 4 to 5 times zoom. That's when I kind of want, that's the one thing I realized that, man, I just needed it to be a little bit slower when I did that. But other than that, and on top of that, with my sniper rifles, that's what zoom I'm using, a 5x scope on my Car 95, so Car 98, so that's what I needed it for. But typically you wouldn't have to do that. If you just set it to 0.8, you should be good for everything. All right, cool. So far so good. Let's see who we got to. Let's check the chat and see if we got anybody tuned in. What up, chat? All right, that's my ticket talk. What's my ticket talk? Hey, what up, all my folks out there in the TikTok land, all my folks over there in YouTube land? I'm gonna try to multi-stream, man. I mean, I'm kind of multi-streaming right now, but I think I want to try to multi-stream like on YouTube and Twitch. I don't know exactly how it's gonna go. It's worth trying though. You know what I'm saying? It's worth trying. I think I might want to try it out just to see how it goes, you know. Any hoodles. Just posting this on my story real quick. Running up a check. I should have put some music behind this post. I just did a post on TikTok. I should have did something. I put some music behind it, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. First time streaming on YouTube. All right, let's keep it moving. So, what have we gone over so far? Aim assist, sensitivity. Last thing over here in the settings I want to go through is the dead zones. So we're gonna come down here to controller. At the bottom of controller, first of all, turn your vibration off. I know that, to me, that's kind of controversial. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little controversial. The reason why I say that is because I like controller vibration, but controller vibration does not help you with your aim. Therefore, gotta turn it off. It can only hurt you with your aim. You gotta turn it off. I know. You don't want to. I don't want to either, but it's off. All right, dead zone inputs. You can go down there, hit show more. This is one of those things that is really going to be particular to you. I'm gonna just kind of give you a roundabout figure or a roundabout area that could possibly help you, but really it's going to depend on how old your controller is, what type of controller you use, how often you use your controller, and what it feels like to you. But just for somewhere, a general starting place, left stick minimum. Remember, your left stick, that's going to be how you're moving. All right. Right stick is how you're aiming. Left stick is how you're moving. For me, when I test my dead zones and I hold my stick over, my stick goes back to 0 when I'm not touching it, for the most part. Sometimes it don't, sometimes it does, depending on the area, the direction I move. All right. Right stick, pretty much the same thing. So for my left stick and right stick minimum, they're going to be pretty low. My right stick that moves my body is actually a little more sensitive than my left stick is. I don't want it at 0 because I will get that stick drift. Stick drift is when you're not touching your controller, but you still feel like you're moving, whether it be aiming wise or actually moving your body. That's the stick drift. If you got stick drift, you're gonna need to go in and adjust the minimums of your dead zone. Minimum meaning what's the smallest amount your stick can be pressed or pushed or just leaning because of stick drift. What's the smallest amount of input your controller can receive before it actually starts moving? Mine is 3. If you're at 0, that means no minimum. As soon as it feels input, it's moving. Mine is at 3. That means it has a little bit more pressure. And then for my right stick, this was more important. Right stick is more important because that controls your actual aiming. So make sure your stick drift is set to a place where it's not gliding or it's not drifting when you're not pushing it down. There's a little test stick drift stick dead zone right here. You can use that, and then once you see that stick moving, you know you need to up it a little bit more until you get it. For my max, for my left stick, I don't want my stick to have to be pressed all the way down before he takes off running, so I drop this down to a 70. That means I only have to be pushing it 70% before it registers as a full push. All right, that's the maximum. Once I hit 70%, it's gonna take it as you're fully pushed down. All right, so basically I bring in the limits of my stick circle so that I don't have to push it all the way down. Right stick maximum, I put it at 99. I don't know why I didn't put it at 100, but I just put it at 99. Again, I don't want this to be shortcutted. I want me to have to push all the way down if I want to look all the way to the right or look all the way to the left or vice versa, all that. Triggers, I don't really have to mess with them. I put them on 5, but you know, you don't really got to mess with them. That's kind of personal preference. All right. So, let me get my little cheat sheet back out here. All right. We've gone over the first part. Your settings. That's what's holding you back. All right. What part was that? Let's see. All right, the right weapons and attachments. All right, cool. Now, the second thing that might be holding you back is you're not using the right. Now, see, I don't like doing it like this. I don't like doing it live, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I don't like doing it live. I don't like doing it live because I be messing up. But anyway. I don't see, this is kind of the part of the video. I don't know if I want to add to the settings or if I want to add to the warm-up. I think I want to add it to the warm-up. All right, cool. All right, so that covers it for your settings. Next, I'm going to get into your warm-up, but I'm going to segue just a little bit. I'm not going to get into detail with weapons or attachments, but they are important. And if you want to stay up to date with all the meta weapons, then you might want to hit that subscribe button or check out this playlist where I try to go over all the metas as soon as I find out, as soon as I verify them. All right, so now let me show you what it looks like without. Let me see. So now that I've updated my settings, you can come into the Warzone firing range. So now that I've updated my settings, I can come into the Warzone firing range and I can check my accuracy percent. You know what I mean? It's up in that top left corner. It tells you how accurate your shots are. And I usually just try it with the first and second dummies and see if I can get my percentage accuracy higher. So boom. Boom. All right, not too shabby, not too shabby. So I just want to test my shot out here, making sure I got perfect aim. Ooh. And if you're wondering what the guns and attachments are, you gotta follow your boy so you know exactly what, you know what I'm saying, exactly which ones to run. All right, let's see what's next. All right, and let me just, where does this fall in? Right weapons. Okay, there it is. It falls into the warm up. All right, bet. All right, let's see. All right. Now, the second thing that's going to have an impact on your aim is the warm up. If you're not warming up like the pros do, then you jumping in cold. And cold aim is bad aim. All right. Cold aim is bad aim. And if you're jumping straight into the lobby, it's setting yourself up to lose gunfights. Okay. I didn't say that right, but let me try it again. Here we go. See, I would have had a chance to practice this had I been able to do it the right way. Anyway, cold aim is bad aim. And if you're jumping straight into the lobby, cold aim is bad aim. And if you're jumping straight into the lobbies cold, you're setting yourself up to lose gunfights. There we go. All right. Even casual players need about 5 to 10 minutes warm up before they start playing. You're not a bot. Your brain needs to calibrate, your hands need to sync up, and a good warm up can build up your confidence so that you don't hesitate when it's time to get into a gunfight. All right, here we go. First thing you need to know when you come up in here into the first thing you need to do as far as warm-ups go is what weapons you're using, weapons and attachments. All right, let me see. Let's go back to let's leave the firing range. Let's see. Well, I keep hearing something. I must be hearing. Oh no. Let's go to my loadouts. All right. All right, before you jump into any warm-ups, you want to make sure you're using the right weapons, all right? ARs and SMGs is typically what I stick with. Definitely SMGs because I want to be ready and precise with those I want to be deadly and precise with those close range encounters. But if you're doing the AR, that's all good too. A few attachments that's definitely going to improve your accuracy. First, monolithic suppressor and compensator. The compensator gives you vertical recoil control. Monolithic suppressor also, no, monolithic it doesn't. So let me go to a different weapon then that actually has a compensator on it. So a few attachments that are going to help you with your accuracy. First, the compensator. It gives you vertical recoil control. Next, the vertical foregrip gives you horizontal recoil control. Oh, excuse me, that was bad. I'm so sorry. Drill charge launch. Next is the vertical foregrip. It gives you horizontal recoil control. And last, the recoil springs that gives you both horizontal and vertical recoil control. Throw those attachments on any of your weapons and they're automatically going to start performing better. All right, there we go. Now we can hit the firing range. Let's see, I want that one. Yeah. Now let's jump into the firing range. So let me show you how the firing range is going to help you improve your accuracy. Let's talk about recoil pattern. Recoil pattern is the natural pattern a gun takes as you're shooting or holding down the trigger. If you look over here to this recoil wall, there's like 3 little sections right here. Use this wall to test your gun's recoil pattern. I'm using the FFAR, but you can literally use any weapon. I'm using the FFAR, but you find your favorite weapon to use over here in the firing range. Now, what I want to do is start at the bottom in the sensor, aim down sight, and just hold down the trigger. All right. I want to scoot over a little bit and do the same thing just to make sure it wasn't a fluke. All right. Now, what we have here is called a recoil pattern. Basically, I know now that when I'm using this FFAR, the first few shots are straight up. But then after the last, I don't know, 30 shots are going to veer over to my left and up. That means when I'm shooting this gun, I want to try to counter that by aiming a little bit down and to the right after my first few shots. I know that's something tricky to think about, but once you get used to it, it becomes natural. And once you start feeling your gun drift away as you're shooting, you will remember to adjust the recoil. But it's important because not every weapon has the same recoil pattern. This FFAR is my favorite one that I've been using so far. And now I know how to balance and how to manage that recoil. Some guns are different. This is my machine pistol. That thing shoots straight, don't it? Well, not really, but it only veers up to the right. So when I'm using this, I'm gonna try to counter that by holding my right thumbstick down a little bit to the left as I'm shooting. So now I know this recoil pattern. I can start trying to center my gun and adjusting and compensating for that recoil pattern. My goal should be to try to get all of my bullets in. My goal should be to get all of my bullets in the same relative spot. All right, so now I'm gonna use this wall target. All you gotta do is hit down on the D-pad to pull out the wall target. The distance is a little bit further, so it should be more of a challenge. But my goal again is to keep my crosshair centered without letting them do the normal natural recoil pattern, which is up to the left. I'm gonna counter it by holding down to the right. Look at that. Now, my bullets are all in basically a relative center spot. And if you look, I kept it right at his chest. And the reason why I chose the chest, because naturally it's gonna lift up, which is great because if I lift up from the chest, I'm shooting head and neck now. I ain't tripping off of that. I could aim for the head. Of course, that's a lot trickier, but hey, let's give it a shot now that I have a pretty good solid recoil balancing. Boom. All right. A little bit tougher when I was aiming for the head. My location is still a little bit spread out, but if I can hit all those shots right there, that means his head is off. My head. Pause. All right, let's see who we got tuned in so far. Let's see. We got all right. Still pretty fresh over here in the YouTube world. We got a few people stop by on TikTok. What up, my TikTok homies? All right. So now that I've practiced with my recoil patterns, I can come on back over to the dummies and try again to adjust my gun as I'm shooting so that I can increase my accuracy percent. So whatever that number was before, I want to hopefully get a higher number of accuracy. Ooh, 73%. 73%. All right, that feels a whole lot better. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. All right. Let me know in the comments. What's your highest accuracy? Let me know in the comments. What's your highest accuracy percentage? Be real. And if it's under 50%, then all these setting changes might be your new cheat code. Mine was 73%. See if you can match that. Okay. So going through my checklist here. We've already did the right guns and the attachments. We did the firing range and the recoil pattern. Now we're going to talk about warming up. Now, there's two ways. There's the best way. Let's back out. The best way to warm up for Warzone is to go into multiplayer. Now, I know that means you would have had to spend some money on the game, or unless you got the Xbox Battle Pass, but it's the best way. There are other ways to warm up, but multiplayer is the best way. So keep in mind, weapons do feel different in multiplayer than they do in Warzone, but for the most part, they're relatively the same. And as long as you did your recoil pattern in the Warzone firing range, then you'll know what kind of adjustments you need to make. All right, let's see. So what I want to do is, let me see, go to find a match. All the way down to the bottom is private match, and I want to create a private match. This is going to be kind of like my target practice, but with moving targets. come on. Set the game up. There we go. All right. First thing I want to do is go to game setup. All right. Team deathmatch or free for all is going to be what you want to stick with. Let me rephrase that. You're going to want to play free for all. The map you choose typically needs to be a smaller map. So you want to stick to the small maps. Maps like Babylon or Nuketown. I'm going to go with Blaze Town, which is just Nuketown. All right. Now let's get into the rules and the settings. First off, 10 minutes. 10 minutes is plenty of time, but if you want to give yourself more time, 20, whatever. Points. This is your score limit. This is how you determine when the game actually ends. I personally like to do it in either increments of 10 or increments of 15. I want to do basically three rounds of this training. All right. Or 3 waves of this training. This training is broken into 3 parts. So I'm either going to do 30 points, which is 10 points for each part, or I'm going to do 45 points, which is 15 points for each part. If you really got some extra time to burn, take it up to 50. Match start time, I always take this down to 5 just to get the game started sooner. All right. For player max health, I usually take it up to either 250 or 300. That can simulate Warzone and having armor plates. So for this one, I'm going to go up to 250. Everything else here is fine. Go to team. This one doesn't really matter because I'm playing free for all, so ain't no teams. Having the radar always on though is having radar always on can help you start to familiarize yourself with whether an enemy is above you or below you. That's just kind of a pro tip, not really related to aim, but more so with game sense and awareness. But I'm gonna leave it off for my purposes. And then gameplay. Here, always put it on headshots only. The reason why is because I want to start training myself to start aiming for the head or at least hitting chest, neck, head. So headshots only, definitely on. Field upgrade, that's normal. I typically take off score streaks. I don't need the enemies having airstrikes and helicopters. I don't need any of that stuff because this is strictly based for me training my aim. If you want to add a UAV, again, just to teach you that awareness of using the minimap, that's a different type of training. I'm gonna go with score streaks off. All right, and I think we're straight with that. I think all that's good for settings. All right, boom. We got our map or our game type. Game mode is free for all. Map is Blaze Town, and I've already set up the custom game rules. I'm gonna go back to this menu, and now I'm gonna add my bots. If I'm on maps like Nuketown, I might do 5, 6 bots. If I'm doing a smaller maps, one of those face-off maps, I'm gonna do 3 bots, 3 or 4 bots. Difficulty, I typically start with either recruit or regular. I don't want them doing a whole lot of moving and shooting back because again, this is practice for my aim, but because I do this regularly, I can also take mine up to veteran. I don't typically do it because it turns into a different type of training. If I'm only working on my aim, it's either going to be recruit or regular. So that's what I'm gonna do. Let's set it to regular. And then I'm gonna do 5. All right, so now we got 5 bots. They're on regular setting. When you're doing a custom game like this, the weapons aren't going to be the same as your multiplayer or your Warzone. So you will have to go in and choose a gun and choose a weapon. I haven't done this in a while, so I'm going to choose. Let's go with my favorites. Let's go with my favorite SMG at the time, which is the LC10. Yup, that one. That ain't bad. And remember, I typically stick with the SMG on this, not an AR, because I'm focusing more so on those close to mid-range engagements. When they're long-range engagements, it's just gonna it's usually me shooting far away at somebody who's in the distance or running away. This right here is strictly for gunfights. All right, let's jump into this game setup. All right, let's get the game started. Okay, so I mentioned you're gonna be doing like three waves of this warm up. For the first wave, your first 10 kills or your first 15 kills, I want you to do something. This is what you're gonna do. You're gonna go to your settings. You're gonna turn aim assist off. And you gotta remember to turn it back on. Turn aim assist off. And then for your controller sensitivity, I want you to go to your, where is it at? And then for sensitivity, go to sensitivity multiplier. Where's it at? Aim assist off. And for your sensitivity multiplier, go to ADS sensitivity multiplier, and I want you to take this up past 1. Okay, let me see. Where do I want you to take it up? I think I want to take you to 1.45. Let me see. 1.5. Ooh, that's tough. I want you to take this up past 1. Take it up to like 1.5 or 1.45. And this is what it's gonna do. It's gonna make your aim feel wild as hell. You're gonna be all over the place when it's actually gonna turn faster when you're aiming down sights. Now, why would I do this? That's what you're asking. Let me tell you why we're doing this. I want you to get in the habit of making micro adjustments with your right thumb, all right? I want you to really learn how to ease into moving that right thumb. That just helps you become more precise. And since you have the headshots only, and since you have no aim assist, it's just all you and your heavy thumbs and the enemies. So now I go in and I try to get my first 10 to 15 kills with these settings. This is the first wave. What you find yourself gonna have to do is you're gonna have to adjust how much you lean into that right thumbstick, and you're also gonna have to learn how to pull out of the ADS when you don't need it. Pull into the ADS when you do need it. You see how when I was looking this way, I saw an enemy to my left, I pulled out of ADS and then I jumped back in. A lot of y'all will do this and try to go right here and then turn like that and you overshoot it. So sometimes you gotta readjust. So come back to the normal aim and then jump back into the ADS after you recenter. What the heck is that noise? Oh. All right, so boom. After a while, you'll start to get the hang of adjusting your aim a little bit. What you'll also notice is you're gonna have to start pulsing your shots a little bit better. Like sometimes we get in the habit of just hold down the trigger, spray and pray. But what you learn is stopping your fire, stopping your trigger pull helps you readjust to your target. So now all I'm doing is working on moving around putting this down there. All I'm doing is moving around the map, trying to hit headshots, trying not to waste my bullets, trying to make adjustments as I shoot. And this is what I mean by not wasting bullets. See? That's me trying to adjust my shot while still holding on to the trigger. it's one of those things where when you see that you're not getting hit markers, that's when that's when you need to recalibrate, readjust, let go of that trigger, or reposition, come back in, dip back out, stuff like that. Whew. Going ham. All right, how many kills do I have? All right, so I'm at 12 now. When I get to 15 with the extra sensitivity, man, that's tough. Look at that, pulsing. Gotta pulse that shot. Hit those headshots. That's 15 right there, ain't it? One more pull up. All right, there we go. So I've hit my 15. Now, second load, second wave. I'm gonna go back into my settings. And I'm gonna go back and change my ADS sensitivity from 145 back to what it was before. Mine was 8.5. Yours, I think I recommended 0.8 or 0.85. One of those, either one of those should be fine. Whatever feels good to you. So for me, that's what I'm doing. All right. Now, keep in mind, I still don't have aim assist. So I still have to really focus on aiming on my own without the help of you know, AI. But now I can lean on that trigger a little bit more, and I can lean on that right stick a little bit more now because it's not hypersensitive. It's a little more balanced now. So now I'm back into my normal natural shooting. See? Headshots, baby. See, that was I just basically reverted to all the bad things I should have did. That's what we call regression. Don't you? My wife just bought me cookies. So now I want to hit shots like these for the next. Uh-oh. Die. Next 15 kills. Where we at so far? 25, 5 more kills. And this warm-up doesn't take long. So jumping in cold and not doing this, kind of doing yourself a disservice. If you got an extra 5 minutes while you're waiting for your boys to get out of the bathroom or get out of the kitchen, just be like, all right, I'm gonna do a little 5-minute warm-up. Get your fingers warm, get your eyes ready and warmed up. Hit headshots. Where we at? 29? I got one more. All right. What am I doing? Posing? Of course. Uh-oh. So maybe field upgrades wasn't a good idea because he's messing up my mini-map. If this wasn't an accuracy drill and this was like a gameplay drill or a movement drill or a finesse drill, I would tell you not to use field upgrades. The only reason why I said use field upgrade because sometimes you might run out of ammo, but on small maps like this you're probably not going to run out of ammo, so you can actually take field upgrades off. Sheesh. Oh, I got 30. Okay, so now third wave, final wave. Now go back to my settings one last time, turn my aim assist back on. So now I should be, other than the fact that I have to still hit headshots, I should be back to my maximum efficiency when it comes to accuracy. I got a little bit of AI help, a little bit of computer help too. Oh, he shouldn't have killed me. Whatever, I'll give it to him. Coming back for you. Yeah, now you can have some fun with it. You following me? Don't follow me. Don't follow anybody. Now you see. Now you ready. Now you ready. Now you should be going on streaks. Notice how I'm sliding around corners, making myself a harder target. That's a movement mechanic. This ain't a movement mechanic video, but you just gotta freebie. Yikes. I'm trying to snipe. There it is. That's your warm-up. That's your warm-up right there. Is it too much to ask my wife to bring me some milk too? All right, let's see what we got. What we talking about? What's up, TikTok? 31 viewers. I hear you. Welcome, welcome. I ain't seeing a lot of traffic over on YouTube, but I'm not surprised. It's my first time going live on YouTube, so thank y'all so much for joining me. All right. Ah, damn it. I will say the crappy part about this is if you back out of the lobby, you have to literally restart redo every setting you just set. That sucks. That really sucks. But whatever. Okay. Strafing. Okay. 0.1, 0.2. All right. So we've gone over the settings. We've talked about how to warm up. Now I'm gonna break you off with some pro tips. So in this video, we're gonna go over some settings that are gonna hugely, I don't know what, how do I want to say that? To make huge, it's gonna give you huge improvements. All right, in this video, first we're gonna hit some settings that are gonna make some huge improvements to your accuracy. Second, we're gonna talk about how you can warm up and get yourself ready. Second, we're gonna talk about how you can warm up and get yourself ready for Warzone. And the third part is gonna be some pro tips, the ones you probably didn't know about, but are gonna make a huge impact on how you play. So stick around to the end. Last part, the pros aim with intent, and you should too. Pros aim with intention, and you should too. I like that better. Most players aim reactively. They aim. Most players aim reactively. The pros aim intentionally. There's a difference. Pros aim isn't just mechanics; it's mindset too. They don't panic when they're getting shot at. They pre-aim, they pre-fire, and they make. They move like. Uh-oh, let me see. And they move like they expect to fight everywhere. The casuals, on the other hand, they only react once they've already been getting shot. Once they're already getting shot. Okay, there we go. This stuff is hard, y'all. Content creation is tough. Okay. All right, let's see. Next, I'm going to go over a few tips that Next, I'm going to go over a few pro tips that actually affect your aiming and you may not have known about them. Next, I'm going to go over a few pro tips, some actions. What are they? These are what can I do? I don't know how to say this. What's the best way to say this? Next, I'm going to go over some pro tips. These are techniques that you can add to your gameplay that actually affect your aiming. These are some tips that the pros use to increase. I know what it is, to increase their accuracy. I bet. Next, I'm going to go over a few secret techniques that the pros use to actually increase their accuracy. There we go. There we go. All right. Freaking knife. Back. Taking it back. What up, everybody over in TikTok? We're going to go to a private match. All right, to show you these techniques, I'm going to take it back to a private match. This is kind of like a different type of warm-up. Instead of doing team deathmatch, we're going to switch over the top, hit your tab over, and do alternate modes. In alternate modes, you do face-off. And then you can do face-off team deathmatch. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do, face-off team deathmatch. And all face-off is just tiny maps, basically. Let's go to this one. Warhead is a pretty good one. It's basically Nuketown after a nuke has gone off, but this is a small map, so we'll rock with it. So we're gonna go to Warhead. For this particular game mode, you don't have to go through and do the headshots only unless you just really want to. But when I jump in, you'll see why. So I'm gonna start this game up. Match start 5 seconds. Health is gonna be 250. Actually, let's do 300 this time. Let me see. What about points to win? How many points is it gonna be to win? Where's my points to win? I don't know. Thank you so much. What's wrong?
That batch was kind of burnt, so don't eat the other one.
Give them to my husband because they burnt.
Well, no, I have them too, but I'm just saying.
Don't eat this one?
You don't have to.
Oh, I'm gonna eat.
Fresh ones just came out.
Okay. I like fresh ones. All right. This one, I'm gonna put the radar always on with a normal sweep. And yeah, let's do it. This face-off team deathmatch, but why won't it let me to see how many? Well, I guess this team deathmatch always go to 50 points or something. I don't know. You would think I've done this before. All right, maybe I think it's because I don't have anybody. So I'm only gonna put 3 bots on the enemy team, and I'll put them on again, recruit or regular. I'm gonna go with regular. This is kind of weird because it won't let me choose how many points will win, what is it going to. I don't know why. So, oh well. All right, let's play it. She said she got some fresh cookies coming. Okay, okay, daddy. Okay, daddy. Hey, daddy got 291 likes on this stream, baby. I'll take it. I hit that thumbs up button for your boy. Cookies. My wife wanted cookies so bad. She made some. She made us some. Y'all, ooh, those are good. Oh God. I might have bit off more than I could chew on this one. Hold up. Yikes, I think I did. Yeah, this isn't effective. Saying what I want to do. I ain't feeling that one. I got 40 viewers and 291 likes. I don't know how that worked out. How only 40 people showed up? But 300 people liked it. I ain't tripping. I'll take it. Wait. My shit better not be on private. I don't know. All right, let's get up out of here. I think where I messed. I think I messed up by putting it on 250. Or on 300. Let's put it on 250. And then let's definitely take these guys down from regular to recruit. Let's try this. Let's try that, see if that makes a difference. Oh my God, so good. Hey Siri, send Charlie Brown a message. Those cookies are so good. Okay. Okay. It's good, it's just not perfect. That works, it's just not perfect. I need another one of those cookies, ain't gonna lie. Hope she come in here and ask me if I want another one, because the answer is hell yes. Alright, I'm really just kind of testing it out anyway, so. my gosh. I ain't know Cypher PK was like that. All right, so let's take one of these off. Not change team. Let's get him out of here. Let's try it now. Another one. Hey man, if you pulling up over here on the big on big YouTube, Dad, thank you so much for coming through. I appreciate that. All right, there are 3 things. Hello, run up on me, why don't you? There are 3 things we're gonna be working on in this game mode. All right, those 3 things. The first one is anticipation. Anticipating. Now we have our UAV up, so that's gonna help with anticipating. But what I mean by anticipating is this is a tiny map. A, B, you know where they are because of the UAV. So play like you know where they are and anticipate them to be around the corner, around every corner. All right. If you play Warzone, you know how people on Warzone play. It's just like that. It's that simple. If you play Warzone, then you basically know how people on Warzone play. For instance, if I'm shooting a guy right here, and I run around here, I know he's gonna chase me. I'm gonna anticipate that he chases me either through this door or through this door. So that's what I mean when I say anticipate. Like, basically make a prediction about what you would do in the fight and just expect your enemy to do the same thing. And most of the time you're going to be right about that. If you know the entrance to a building, or if you know like just normal play habits, then expect that to be happening when you play. Okay, when you're looking at your mini map, you see those little white arrows. Now my colorblind settings are on, and that's the one thing I didn't go over, but my colorblind settings are on. So my dots are, I think, purple, but yours may not be. Yours may be red. When you're looking at the minimap and you see that a dot has an arrow, sometimes the arrow is pointing up. It's a triangle, really. It's not an arrow. But sometimes the triangle is facing up. Sometimes the triangle is facing down. That lets you know what level your enemy is on. So now if you're looking, you see those triangles are facing down. They're a level below me. So anticipate, you know what I'm saying? Anticipate what they're gonna do. Now that dot is in the center of that, the white dot is in the center of the red dot or purple dot. That means he's on the same level as me. That's anticipating. Just think, what would you do in this situation? Expect the enemy to do it. And expect that every corner you go around, somebody's gonna be hiding or lurking, and just come around corners expecting to see people. That's why on that first warm up, you saw me sliding around corners. That's for anticipation. That's like, hey, I want to be ready for him, but I don't want the enemy to be ready for me. So if I'm coming through this doorway, I'm looking, I'm gonna slide through, making myself a harder target to hit, but I'm also just expecting somebody to be around that corner. So I'm already, oh shit. Back up, ho. So I'm already kind of. Why do you have that? Now I'm just messing with him. So anyway, I digress. But yep, I slide around corners. I slide into doorways. Sometimes I even jump, knowing, you know what I'm saying, if I know somebody's gonna be around the corner. I'm sliding around the corners and I'm ADSing where I think that person might be hiding. Now, don't get me wrong. It doesn't always work. Sometimes I may be ADSing in one corner and the enemy is in a different corner. But, you know, again, that's what anticipation is. Sometimes you can anticipate incorrectly, but 9 times out of 10, you're gonna catch that person off guard. So that's what anticipation is. When I'm coming around corners, I'm already having my crosshairs into the doorway or into the corner where they might be. I'm not just running in blind and then turning around and shooting. All right, I'm coming in, I'm looking. I think thinking, where might you be? Where might your teammate be? Coming into a building, where might you be? Where might your teammate be? And I'm doing slides and jumps to make myself harder to hit, just in case he is sitting in a corner right here waiting for somebody to run in. If he's sitting right here looking at this doorway, his crosshairs are pretty much pointed close to the doorway. Well, if I come in and slide or jump past the doorway, I've now slid past him, made myself a harder target, anticipated that he was going to be there, and then made it easier to kill him. Okay. All right, that's the first one, anticipation. Second part of anticipation kind of goes hand in hand is centering when you're anticipating. Centering means make sure your crosshairs are at a place where if you do see an enemy hiding wherever, if you do see an enemy when you cross around that corner, you're already locked in on them and aimed in on them. You don't have to move your crosshair to that person. So, anticipation around the corner, centering as I'm coming around the corner. Boom. You notice that? Watch this. Boom. When I come around here, my crosshair should go directly where his body would be. And that's also part of anticipation. For instance, if I'm coming here, there's like one of 3 places where... Oh, stop shooting. I'm trying to teach. One of 2 places here that I'm looking to be like, all right, I want to make sure I'm ready to shoot. If it's here, I want to be aiming right here at the door. I want to have my crosshair centered on this part of the door so that if somebody comes in that door, I'm already aimed for their chest. Just like when they came around this corner, I was here. My crosshair wasn't up here. It wasn't down here. It was centered right where their chest is likely going to be, or their head is likely going to be, so that once I start shooting, I'm already hitting chest shots. And we talked about with the recoil, all automatically goes up to their head. Dead. So that's what centering is. You want to censor when you come around corners. You want to censor when you going through doorways. Look at that. I'm not even ADS. Not even ADS. You want to censor when you're coming upstairs. That's the hardest one. Censoring upstairs is the hardest because when we run upstairs, we keep our crosshair to what we think is censor. But technically, censor is really up here. So if you're coming around a corner, you want to automatically be centering up here as you're coming in, and then you want to adjust the chest and head and chest height. All right, when you're centering your crosshairs, you coming around this corner, head and chest height. What that does is that eliminates 1-2 directions you have to go. You don't have to go up and down anymore. You can literally go side to side, and you don't even have to use your aiming to go side to side. You can actually use your left stick to strafe side to side, which brings us to our third pro tip that you should be focusing on when you're warming up. Hey Siri, send Charlie Brown a message. Any more? Question mark. Any more? Question mark. All right, I'm gonna play this. Let me get rid of one of these dudes too. How many are there? 2. All right. So we talked about centering. We talked about anticipation. The last pro tip is strafing. Have you ever noticed when you were shooting somebody and they're doing this left to right thing right here, kind of snaking side to side as they're doing it? Well, this serves two purposes. One, it makes you really hard to hit when you're moving side to side like that. You're really hard to shoot. Actually, three purposes. So number one, it's hard for a person to lock on to you if you just keep moving. When you're aiming at somebody, try to avoid standing still while you're shooting. Even when you're practicing on bots, don't stand still while you're shooting. Go side to sides. Always push left on the stick, on the left stick. Thank you so much. Left and right on your left stick, the move stick, not the aim stick. Left and right on your movement stick, your walking stick. Walking stick. So, number one, you become a harder target to hit. Number two, it activates your aim assist. Remember we talked about aim assist at the beginning and the dynamic curve, making it smooth? Well, the way you activate it is by taking your crosshairs across a person. I'll show you in the firing range here in a few seconds. Oh, he's good. He's actually doing some strafing. So it takes your crosshairs across your enemy. And once your crosshairs cross your enemy, it immediately activates your aim assist. And the third reason why you do this is be doing what you used to do and overcompensating with the right stick and trying to aim and lock onto you better. So they're doing this and missing your shots, whereas you're doing the opposite and hitting your shots a whole lot more efficiently. Unlike what I just demonstrated, but let's show it better. Let's show you a better example. Here it is. Look at that. You saw that? He missed his shots. I came back, he overcompensated and tried to shoot left of me, then shoot right of me, missed all the shots. I was able to hit all mine, and my aim assist activated. Look at that. Auto locks. It ain't aimbot, but it almost locks on when you do this. Now keep in mind, these are pro tips. So if you go head to head with a really good player, chances are they're doing the same thing. So like you're just gonna have to learn to outshoot that person. But you've already went it. You know they're live already? You've already updated your settings. You've already done your 10-minute warm-up, and you're using the pro tip techniques. You will win this gunfight. All right, let's get out of here.
Assaulting.
Looking good. My wife is killing it. I know I have to eat on stream, but I'm not about to turn down no cookies.
Drop the enemy's long gun.
Come on, come on, come on. Let's get out of here. But no, I didn't want to play another one. I can't believe my baby's still asleep. Yo, this is my first time streaming on YouTube, man. It's quite the new experience, I must say. Let's take it back to the just chatting screen. See who popping in on us while we wait for this game to start. All right, analytics. If I'm being completely honest, I don't even know how to read YouTube analytics. Ooh, can I edit and put Warzone as the game? Hell yeah. Warzone. It's kind of late for that, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Call of Duty Warzone. Playlist. No, we're not gonna put it on the playlist. No altered tags. Oh, we can put some tags in here. Let's put some tags in here. Call of Duty. Actually, an easier way to get some tags. Go to vidIQ. Go to vidIQ. Stream location. We don't need all that. Did I? Do I need to save these? I do need to save it. Live chat, replay. Anyone? No, that's cool. All right, sweet. Okay. I told you about the last little pro tip. Now I want to show you the last pro tip so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Fix your aim. Fix your aim. I'm in here to help you fix your aim. Where the tags at? Nope, that's correct. Save. Wait, did it add them? I don't know. I don't know. Did it add the tags? Oh, it did. They're awesome. Perfect. All right, let's get back into it. Let's get back to the video, please. All right. Hit that thumbs up, man. Double tap that screen. You ain't got to do nothing but pop, pop, pop. That's all you got to do is tap the screen. Tap that screen. Let me know you're in here with your boy. Okay. I was about to say that should not be my loadout. I was about to be mad, man. Call of Duty always changing your loadouts. All right, let's go to the fire range. All right, now let me show you. Remember I was telling you about the benefits of aim assist, right? Remember I was telling you about the benefits of aim assist. We're gonna be using aim assist, and I'm gonna be using. Let me get back to my original screen. That didn't work. All right, so we're gonna be talking about the benefits of aim assist and what strafing does for your aim assist. And I'm gonna be using this center dummy as like my test dummy. So check this out. I'm gonna go to my settings. I'm gonna turn aim assist off. With aim assist off, right? I'm gonna take my man and I'm gonna walk from one side of the firing range to the other, right? Let me start on this side. From one side to the other. If you look, I'm basically aiming my sight literally down the wall so that if I walk all the way to the other side, I should be aiming at the other wall, right? Let's see. Right? Boom. Okay. That makes sense, right? That's without aim assist. If I start on one wall, and I scooch over all the way over, I should end up looking at the other wall. Now let's show you what it looks like when aim assist is on, okay? Now when aim assist is on, I'm not gonna be doing anything with my aiming hand. This is my aiming hand. This is my controller, all right? I'm not using my aim hand. I'm only using my walking hand, my left thumbstick. Watch what happens to my crosshairs when I cross over the dummies when aim assist on. Watch this. Do you see? You see how my man turned a little bit? Now look at where I'm aiming. See that? I'm not aiming at the wall that I should have been aiming at. I'm aiming back that way. Why? Because aim assist takes my crosshairs and guides them a little bit more as I get closer to an enemy. You'll see it a little bit more with the middle guy. Watch this. I'm looking straight ahead, right? Watch how my guy turns a little bit. You notice how now I'm kind of angled? Let me see. How do I put this in orientation? You get what I'm saying. But I'm kind of angled a little bit towards that middle person. That's because as my crosshairs pass him, or at least approach him, that's when my aim assist starts to activate and turn my guy. My crosshairs never left the guy's head, but yet I didn't aim at all. That's what target aim assist is. And it works best and it activates best when you're moving side to side. So that's why I say when you're shooting an enemy, you want to give a little bit of strafe. It doesn't have to be a lot, just a little bit, because that little bit pulls your aim in a little bit. Like I'm not aiming at all, but yet my crosshairs are sticky. That means once it crosses over him, the computer tries their best to say, hey, stay on target, stay on target. They're not putting me on target, but when I hit target, they're trying to keep me on target. It's kind of like that. So now I'm gonna do that same thing. No aiming, just strafing. Okay? No aiming, just strafing. I didn't aim at all. You saw my stick. I'll do it one more time. And this is the middle target. This ain't even the closest target. We talked about accuracy, right? I had a 73% accuracy. And I just switched weapons to get back to 0. 73 when I was aiming down sight, aiming it, right? This time I'm not aiming it. My stick is clear. I'm just pulling the trigger. Watch what. Let's see what the accuracy is. Look at that. 50% accuracy without even aiming. That means you got a 50% chance, 50-50 chance of hitting your target better by strafing. You see the numbers? The math don't lie. The numbers don't lie. The math is mathing. Now watch. I'm gonna do that same thing. Without aim assist on. And let's see what difference it would make. And what I'm trying to do is basically simulate what it would be like if you didn't strafe. So I'm gonna strafe with this one, no aim assist. Hold on, wait. That was a bad example because it started off bad. Let's put the crosshairs on them. I must have did something wrong. There we go. Okay. Well, maybe that wasn't a good example, but hey, you see what it do. I ain't gotta tell you what it do. Actually, I kind of want to test that theory though. Let me do no aim, just aim assist. Aim assist strafe. 51%. 60%. Okay. Not much of a difference, but hey, I'll take in a game of milliseconds, I'll take whatever I can get. Okay. Enough of that. Let's play. Can I get to, I got 291 likes on the tickety top. Can I get to 300 likes? Can I get to 300 likes today? All right. I'm going to go ahead and say the outro. Or should I play? Let's play. All right. So, let's recap. I changed my settings. My settings was your settings were holding you back. Let's recap. All right, let's recap. Your settings were holding you back. We fixed your aim. Nope. All right, let's recap. Your settings were holding you back.
Top of the water bottle, and then you can grab your protein or something. Here, I got some gorilla.
Messing up my video, bro. All right, let's recap. Your settings were holding you back. We went in, we fixed your settings. Now your aim assist is cooking. You didn't warm up. You weren't warming up like the pros do. Now you're taking a few minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, got your thumbs warmed up, got your aim warmed up, ready to take the streets. You weren't shooting with intent. We went in, we conditioned you, We got our centering down. We got our strafing down. We got our anticipation down. Now, with these pro techniques and pro tips, we're ready to take on the enemies in Warzone. We're ready to take on everybody in Verdansk. Everybody is a op today. Everybody is an op today. Everybody got to die today. So, let's put these pro tips to the test and see if I have expert, unmatched accuracy. Am I beaming? We about to find out. All right. I gotta drop at least 25. I gotta drop at least 25 to be convinced that I'm beaming like a pro now. All right, boys, where we going? Good talk.
Mark a drop point for your squad and hit the field.
Hey Siri, send Charlie Brown a message. Hey babe, pull up my YouTube. Hey babe, pull up my live stream on YouTube. Hey babe, pull up my live stream on YouTube. Send that chip. All right, gotta drop 25. Let's do it. All right. Every time I do something that I mentioned, strafing. Notice they gave you that kill. That's wrong. Anytime I do something and I was just strafing that I mentioned in the video, I'm gonna call it out. All right, nothing here. All right, let's go find them.
Hey, I think that red key card works at that bunker down here.
Let's do it. If you show me where, I'm down. I do want to get loadout too, though. So
I'm
might
pretty
as
sure
well.
it's gonna work right there.
Be advised, there's an enemy squad gunning for you.
I think we'll be hitting hard.
You kept your squad mate alive. Most wanted contract complete.
No, knowing which weapons to use is underrated, I think. I mean, I know all the sweats are always using the meta weapons, but
Call.
casuals got to learn how to use meta weapons too. You can't just keep using your favorite gun. Sometimes you gotta change it up to like, yo, yellow's getting lit up here as he's doing the lighting. I'm trying to get 25 kills. I ain't got but. Hey, show me where's that bunker at? Okay, he ain't help. I don't know where the bunker's at. I'm just trying to get this loadout. Why they keep seeing people and I don't see nobody?
Yeah, it's a red key card right here.
I'm gonna have the hardest time finding this $50.
Oh, bro, you don't pick up my money from up there?
Yeah, I got your money up there. This is where that headshot practice comes in.
Changing mag.
All right. Let's go with the compensator. There they go. Yeah. I can't pay for a kill out here, man. I can't even show the people what they want to see. All right, we got a team up here. I'm about to go straight Rambo style. That's multiple, so you know they together. Maybe not. Strafing. There's the other one. Ooh. Ooh. Yep, recensoring. Notice I didn't just start shooting. Made sure I had him in my crosshairs first. Bust caps. Because he shot me first and he was killing me with that flinch. He was messing me up with the flinch. Uh-oh, somebody else over here. I wish they would stop spawning in the coins once you've like completed the mission, the special event. Like once you collected them all, you should still see them. You definitely shouldn't hear them. This whole game. Staying alive in this game is all about audio and hearing, and you know, hearing your enemy's footsteps. Why would you make me listen to all that? Alright, I think I'm about to go rogue. Cause 2 kills ain't gonna do it. Let's see what we can find. Trying to get this bounty contract. This one I saw somebody. Ugh. Should I go straight for the bounty? Nah, I gotta get a UAV. Ooh, nice. See, I didn't follow that first shot. I didn't follow my own advice. I just bust. I was trying to get a quick shot, a quick scope. Man, somebody killed the bounty. Get that shit. You ain't gonna get that one, I'll get this one. Alright, 3 out of 25. I gotta get 25. That's my challenge for myself. 25 kills. I'm off to a rough start. These dudes gotta get on my nerves.
Right behind us.
Alright, where the... Let me see. Alright, there we go. I'm telling you, the FFAR is unfair. It's FFAR. This FFAR is unfair. Hey, comment the word meta if you want me to do a FFAR video. My last eye. Let's go get him. Screw it. Getting a little reckless, but I'll take it. I don't care. I'm looking for a little bit of liveliness in this game. Now, are these a bunch of rats, or are they actually... let's see. Are they actually playing good? Okay, what we got over here? There. We'll get another UAV. Oh, fuck, it's not a UAV. We'll save it. I think there's a way to... There is. Is there a way for me to get up in there? Shit. This guy, he got a silenced weapon. And he's got to be either upstairs or on the roof. Oh, you see that? Anticipation and censoring. I'm trying to keep my crosshairs where the door's at. Oh shoot, he was up here. Alright. He was smart. He knew I was coming for him. He's ratting too. There's no way you can't anticipate on a ladder. That is what it is. I should have stuck my head up and then dropped that down if I got shot though. Censoring and anticipation is key in a gulag. Also patience. A lot of times you can let the other person make their move first and it'll tell you where they're at. So kind of just, sometimes you just gotta wait and listen, hear it out. I think I get my sniper rifle, my car.
Sean came in here, boys.
And try to go get my FFAR back. And run with the car and the FFAR. I think that's what I do.
Squad mates in the gulag. If they survive, they redeploy.
Some good guns over here. I can get a UAV out of this. Let's do it. Got company. Headshot practice right there. Headshot practice. Also anticipating. I heard the grenade. I wasn't trying to figure out where he was at. I was playing as if I knew where he was at. And I'm like, if that grenade is over here somewhere, chances are he's out here. Slid behind cover, found his head. That's all you gotta do. When is that guy coming over here? I don't care. I was gonna give him a ride, but I'll give him a ride another time. Uh-oh, got company. Alright. Anticipating. Boom. Oh, what the hell he was doing. Headshot though. Censoring. Did you notice I didn't have to move my crosshair. Once I looked at him, my crosshair was damn near already on his head. Like minimal movement. She ain't got nothing crazy. Minimal movement off of the shift. Once I came around the corner and shifted, I looked down one alley, didn't see him. Shifted to the next alley, found him. Minute up. ADS shoot. ADS and shoot. I'm going to get my, where did I die? I died right there. I'm going to get my I'm going to get my FFAR. Mofo stole my gun. Now I'm finna go and get it back. What the hell you doing out here? Welcome to the trap. I'm on a UAV, so somebody knows I'm out here. Don't matter. I wonder if they over there. I bet they're over there. It's a buy station right over there. Knowing where the buy stations are help you out, because should have missed that shot. On my monitor, there's a setting on the monitor that can turn on a crosshair. That can put a crosshair on the middle of your screen, so you'll just always have it there. It's always something good to have. The only problem is when I'm at a deep zoom. When I'm in a deep zoom, like the one I was just on, it doesn't always line up. Like when I'm looking down at, when I'm ADSing down, when I'm 80, should we get another UAV? Nah. Oh, we should get a selfie. Let's drop it, just cause. So when I'm looking at, when I'm ADSing down a, what's this, like a iron sight gun? It's perfect. When I'm looking down a like a stronger zoom, my crosshair is a little bit off of what the actual crosshairs are, so it messes me up there. But that's another reason why I only do like a 4x, 5x scope. I don't do anything more than that, because then it'll really throw me off. Should I go back and get my guns? I really do want to go get my guns. Maybe I just get a new. Maybe I just get. Oh shit. And sometimes I try to lead the bullet way more than I need to. Sometimes I've been trying to lead the bullet way more than I need to. Hey, we got 50 viewers on TikTok, man. Hit that like button, dog. We at 291 likes. I'm just trying to get to 300. I'm just trying to get at 300. Yeah, I'm gonna just save up for another loadout and get that FAR, because I ain't trying to. Oh wait, they bought another one? Did not realize that. Hell yeah, let me get up in there. Where's my sniper rifle? No, 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 no. I should drop that shit on the ground, bruh. Now, I still don't got the gun I need. Ah, damn. Well, hey, what is this anyway? I don't know what this is. This is a... I have no idea what this is. What is this? HDR. Okay, okay. Yeah, you can't go wrong with HDR. They done with this heli? Because I'm sure about to take it. I only got 12, bro.
Yeah, what's up with all these? Oh, never mind.
How many elims I got? 18, 14. Eh. see some prox chat happening. Somebody might be over here. I'll go back just to make sure nobody over there. Yo, my graphics look busted right now. Somebody shooting at us? See, now they stealing my kills. I can't believe my gun disappeared. I almost got enough for a loadout, so I'm definitely about to be getting that. Where they shooting at? Down here.
Down one.
They better have given that to me. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay. Oh shit. It's hot up here. Damn, they killing everybody? Hey, the gulag closed and they just spawned in, didn't they? Stole this kill. And my load out here. Hell yeah.
You've made it to the top 10.
Now it's on like Donkey Kong. Now I got my guns. Hell yeah. What's this? Scavenger, bird's eye. Nah, I think I'm good with this. Alright, 16. I gotta get 10 more. Is it possible? And I'm getting sniped at. That's perfect. He's gotta be right there somewhere. Oh. Yeah, he's in that window. He can't snipe though, that's for damn sure. Right there in this window. Ah, he got me too though. Should have hit him with a headshot. I think I want him. Come on. Alright, I'm out in the open. I gotta be careful with that. I don't know if it is anybody in this building right here. There's a lot going on in that building next to me. Anticipation. Coming up stairs. Look at where they might be hiding. And was somebody here. Okay. And see if we can get the snipe real quick. He's right there. Holy shabadackle. He is across the way in front of me, maybe. Okay, yep, he's over there. Okay, where is he at? I don't see him. So, why y'all come over here for it?
I told him no one got any plates.
Maybe that's okay. I see.
Appreciate you.
Okay, this is. We're gonna have to move. Light's right there. I'm definitely not getting 10 kills at this rate. Definitely teams beside us and behind us. Damn, they started shooting a second too soon. They'd have let me get my hits off first, they would have killed him. Okay. He's not happy. Okay, so he's pushing. Help my boys out. Don't know if it's...
Yeah, I know it sucks, bro. That's why I gotta kill and get some.
Well, see if we can get a dub. We didn't get 25. See if we can get this dub. Shouldn't have died. Still in there, bro. Fish him out.
I broke one.
That's odd. I would expected them to be shooting down at me. It was a
Oh, that sucks.
risky move right there. All right, let's send this drone up. Got a team here. Hey, 2 teams. One's right here. One's right here. One guy is by himself over here. This is for a team of 3 in this building. 3 in this building. Live mark. I'm about to live mark all of them. There they go. They at the door. Careful, they at the door. All right, so you know where the whole team is right there. Squad Elim right there, baby. They forgot when I told them there was a dude back here, didn't they? Pass down. Wait, is another dude over there? Anticipation. Anticipation. That's it. I saw the shots. Anticipate. Boom. As soon as I started shooting, it went straight to his chest, man. Center in anticipation at its best right there, baby. I knew I was gonna get the dub. I was hoping to get at least 30, what did I say, 25? I was hoping to get 25. But I'll take the dub. I'll take the dub. I'll take the dub. I'll take the dub, yeah. Get a sub for the dub. If you ain't subscribed to my YouTube, then what you waiting for? I'll take the dub. It's BGC Leonidas for Black Entertainment. That's my new dub song. You know what I'm saying? Check it out. Look for it on Spotify. GG's. Let's see. What did I get? 19? Jeez Louise. 21 elims. Alright. You know. We did what we did. We did what we could, man. We did what we could. Alright. That was fun. That was fun. So, you clean up your settings. You warm up right. You start aiming like a pro. And that's how you stop guessing and start hitting your shots on purpose. But cracked aim alone is not enough. Even with perfect aim, you could still be throwing games away by making basic mistakes. That's why you need to watch this next video where I break down the most common Warzone mistakes and how to avoid them. I'll see y'all in the next stream.